live it, breathe it, love it. All sports, double coverage.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage. We hope you're still living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with the great man Sauce and special guest Matty Cams, Matty C. Welcome to the podcast. Bit of a different one tonight, ladies and gents. We are going to do our NFL season preview for this 2022-23 season. We thought we'd do this as a standalone pod, as it does consume a bit of time, about 40 minutes to an hour. So we thought, we can't make our regular pod go for 3 hours. We're not Joe Rogan just yet. So anyway, gentlemen, how are we? Welcome. And football season's upon us.
Thanks, fellas.
Cool.
Thanks for having us. I'm ecstatic to be here, talk about my sport, NFL. I'm keen to get this season going.
Yeah, pumped to have you here. Matty is first time, long time listener of the show, so he's been there from the start. So it's great to have him on board. Very knowledgeable about the NFL. And Saucy, how are you? You're well,
I'm good, mate. I'm well. Thank you very much. It's another season of NFL is upon us. We've substituted one Matt for another Matt. Talking about Matt's car shop. Yeah, unfortunately couldn't join us tonight. He was meant to. Not feeling the best, so we've subbed in Matty and we've got someone on here. We're going to give you our thoughts on the season at hand, and don't worry, we have also still got Matt's card shop's predictions for the Super Bowl,
yes,
which we will let you know later on, because on this show this time last year,
12 months ago, Sauce.
12 months ago, Mr. Matt's card shop, also known as Matty Ice, predicted the Super Bowl winner in the Rams. All right.
He nailed it.
He nailed it.
He nailed it.
On the money, mate. On the money.
He did nail it. We've seen his prediction for this year. I don't know if he's going to nail it just yet, but I'm not going to write him off because he did. He's the current.
We it in when he pulled out the Rams last year. We did scoff it in.
We did.
So don't say, we'll let the punters know later on in the show, Double Coverage family, and you can decide and leave us a comment if you think, any of our predictions are atrocious. Make sure you let us know in the comments. All right, Doma, without further ado.
All right, we'll get it started. Obviously, we'll start with the AFC. How we do it, the rundown is we give our prediction from 1 to 4, who tops the conference. The group, who bottoms it. We don't need to give the record. That's not needed. But if you do think that it's viable, for example, you want to give the Bills as 14-3, you think they're going to have a big season, by all means, go for it. You can give that. I'll also, while we give our predictions, go through the free agency tracker and read a couple additions to these teams. So we will start with the AFC East, and that is the first team. I think we could all be on the same page here, are the Buffalo Bills. So the thoughts, gents, on the Buffalo Bills.
I mean, they're heavy favourites, not just to win their division, but the whole thing. People are doubling down on the Bills, going behind, QB, rating him at the top there with Mahomes. It's hard to not pick them. It's they're going to breeze through this, I reckon, this division.
According to the bookies, you're pretty much you're going to put them in your futures multi on the division. It's a lock. $1.36. That's the sort of stuff you were seeing, when Tom Brady was in that division. They were the odds you'd get for Tom Brady and the Pats to win that division. So and I put them in a number of times. It hasn't failed me. I don't think there's anyone in that division that can really worry him. The Jets stink. Dolphins are improving.
They're the dark horse, probably, out of.
Yeah, well, look, can you write off New England? The people in the hobby seem to love Mac Jones. He's one of one infinite prison going for 100K. The punters out there believe in Big Mac and Belichick. So I don't think there's going to be any surprise. I'm going the Bills. I think they win that division.
I'm also going Bills. Matty?
Yeah, Bills too. I actually think the Pats will slide back a bit. I don't think they'll be what they were last year. Bills just going up again. Dolphins going up again. I think Dolphins may take a win or two against the Pats. So, yeah, the Bills are far above the rest.
Well, bookies have got the over-under on the Pats at 8.5. So, for season wins. So, they probably need to get to closer to 9 wins to potentially 10 wins to potentially sneak could sneak a wild card spot to have the chance, but I don't think they get anywhere close to the Bills.
Order, I'm going Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, Jets for this division.
Same here. Exactly same.
Sauce?
Yeah, I'll go Bills, Dolphins, Pats, Jets.
Bang. So we're all on agreement there. A few interesting ones. The Bills picked up Case Keenum in a trade with the Browns. So that's their backup. It's not a bad backup. We've seen what Case Keenum has done in the NFL before. Matt Barkley is another QB they signed, but Case Keenum is the one. Jamison Crowder signed a 1-year deal. Duke Johnson signed a 1-year contract. He's the running back. Stephon Diggs signed a 4-year, $96 million extension. Dolphins, they've got Teddy Bridgewater as their backup behind Tua, which is pretty good. Sony Michel signed a free agent deal there as well, along with Raheem Mostert signed a 1-year deal over there. They acquired Tyreek Hill, which is obviously the big one to look at. They put Mike Gesicki on the franchise tag. Trey Flowers, 1-year deal. So there's a few interesting ones there. James White re-signed for the Pats. Nothing really. They got Brian Hoyer re-signed on a 2-year contract as a backup QB. So
who hasn't he been a backup for?
I don't know. And then the Jets.
He's my hero, Brian Hoyer. Like, think about how much money he's made. Just
my hero plays on the Jets, mate. And it's Zach Wilson after his off season. He was in red hot form, as we know. All right, let's move on to the AFC North. We've got the Ravens, the Bengals, the Steelers, and the Browns. This is a very interesting division here. I'm going to throw it to you, boys. How do you see this one panning out?
For me,
Matty.
I'll go. Ravens for me. Ravens taking it. They were beaten to shreds by injury last year, and they still were just off 500. But they were probably the most injured team last year in the comp. Even Lamar was out.
I was going to say, your thoughts on the disrespect that Lamar Jackson has been getting.
See, he's my guy. I love the dual threat quarterback. I can't believe you'll have someone who's an MVP and his price, say, in the hobby, compared to Josh Allen, these elite quarterbacks, but they haven't done anything. And these guys, like even the quarterbacks in the rookie draft, Trevor Lawrence, his card's going up above Lamar. I mean, they're bottom feeders.
Yeah, it's bananas. It's bananas.
It is insane.
This guy's going to break records.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the Ravens. I like the Ravens in this division. Yeah. They go at 237 from the bookies. Obviously, the Bengals are the immediate threat. Obviously, they made the Super Bowl. Joey Burrow, my boy, who I love immensely, and Doma can vouch for me on this, who I've backed
your boy.
Since he came into the NFL, and I said to people, this guy is special. He's got something about him. So it's hard for me to say. Like, I really do think the Bengals could, shake it up and potentially win that division again. But I just think it's going to be tough to back it up after last year, where they probably overachieved, in my opinion. No one really thought they'd get that far. I think they're going to, find it tough to back that up again. I think the Ravens, as Matty said, if they can, there's going to be injuries, but if they cannot get, ravaged as they did last season, it could be a lot different for them. And the bookies do have them winning. They have it over under at 10.5 for them. So I think they can win 12 wins and that, 12 games. And I think that will get them the division. Steelers will be shocking in that. I got them right at the bottom. I got Ravens winning it, and then I got Bengals. I got Bengals right there. I think that both those teams are going to play playoffs. I reckon, the second team in that division could potentially get a wild card
I think
spot.
so too.
And then the Browns and Steelers, they could be either way. I don't think there's much difference between the Browns and Steelers. Steelers obviously moving on from Roethlisberger, so we'll see how that pans out for them. They'll probably want to bottom out so they can potentially pick up a QB in the upcoming.
Who's their QB at the Steelers?
It's Trubisky at the moment.
No, the rookie. Who's their rookie? What was his name? Sorry, I missed that. Is it?
I don't know if it was a quarterback. They had Pickens, who was the wide receiver.
No, he played college.
He's got Mason Randolph is a second string.
Let me see if I can find it.
He's the one got hit with the helmet.
No, not him. Let me see here.
They only got 3 quarterbacks on the roster. They got Rudolph, Pickett, and Trubisky.
Pickett. That's the one. Pickett's the one.
Yeah, he said that.
Yeah,
he said that.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, he's the one. But I mean, I think he's the rookie.
And they've got a good rookie wide receiver, I think, in Pickens.
Pickens, okay.
Right, I think he's a good one.
George Pickens.
Yeah, he's a good one.
I'm going. So, Matty, what was your pick in this division? Was it Ravens, Cincinnati?
I'm going to go Steelers, then Browns. Because I just think the Steelers' defense is still elite.
Nice. And Source, yours was Cincinnati on top, then Ravens?
Nah, Ravens, Cincinnati. And then I'll go, Browns, Steelers.
I'm going, I'm backing in your boy, and I'm going to say Cincinnati, Ravens, Steelers, Browns. But I do think those two teams in the Ravens and the Browns, as you said, Source, both get a playoff berth. All right, next over to the AFC South, we have the Colts, the Jags, the Titans, and the Texans in ring-a-ding-ding of a division here. Thoughts? I think we all know where we're going to put the Texans, but Matty Ice, he's had the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah.
Thoughts on this division? Where are we putting them?
I'll go first. My boys, the Colts. We're taking out this division. Boogie's got us $1.67. Matty Ice finally has a team that knows how to play a bit of defense. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to go out there and score 50 points just to get a win, get a W, like he had to do at the Falcons. We can actually play defense, and we're not too bad at it. So I reckon this is Colts division all over. Titans are second favorites at $2.80. The bookies have got him. So, but I'm backing in the Colts. I think Matty Ice is going to, change the culture. He has won an MVP. Correct?
That's correct.
If I'm wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's a good quarterback. He's just had such atrocious teams, and I think if he's able to get into his groove, get some confidence, and he'll be good. And I expect the Colts to actually romp this division in. I think they could.
Colts won't lose a game in their own division.
Yeah, I think that's what I was about to say. I think they could go literally 6-0 in that division.
Yeah.
And our boy, Matty, Jonathan Taylor.
Kill it.
He's a machine. He's a
machine. Over 2,000 in scrimmage yards.
That's just against the teams. That's just against the teams in his division. He's going to get 2,000 rushing yards.
You watch how much more he will catch passes off Matty Ice this year. I reckon even more.
Dual threat.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I reckon.
Oh man, my other boy there, Michael Pittman Jr. looking good as well by all reports heading into this season. So they got some nice pieces there at the Colts. My prediction for this is Colts top it. And then I'm going with a bit of a risk. This is my first risk. I'm putting the Jags in second spot here. I'm expecting some big things from Trevor Lawrence.
He's got him at $8.
Season. So I'm going with the Jags in second, Titans in third, and the Texans. They'd be lucky to win a game. They stink. So I don't know. CBS reckons that the Texans will win 5 games. I don't know who's 5 teams that are worse than the Texans, to be honest.
Well, the over under is 4.5.
Yeah, well,
He's got
it could be well under.
Be a home
Anyway,
game.
that's my pick. Matty, what have you got for the
For
rundown?
me, definitely the Colts. Colts will get more wins than those three teams combined. Nearly, I reckon. Pretty much. Titans are going to slump, mate. Ryan Tannehill is going to get swapped for the rookie quarterback before halfway through this season.
Bang, big call.
Malik Willis. He is the quarterback from last draft to look out for.
Oh, there we go.
And
I'm
then,
gonna go. Go on.
Who cares?
Jags
about
at the end. I'm gonna go.
Nah,
I'm gonna go
Texans
Colts.
at the end.
Texans at the end. I'm gonna go Colts, Titans, Jags, Texans.
Titans.
I just think the Jags are gonna be so shit again, like they have been every other year.
So you're going Titans over Jags, Matty?
Yeah. Titans over Jags.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm the one that looks like a muppet here at the moment, but that's all right. We'll move on. Let's get to the AFC West, where we've got the Chargers, the Chiefs, the Broncos, and the Raiders. This is a great division. Obviously, Josh McDaniels comes in at the Raiders as the head coach there. We've got Russell Wilson, who's come into the Broncos as the head QB there. We've got, obviously, my homeboy, who's got a big season to back up from last year, where it was a bit of a failure, if you ask us. And, of course, the ever-flourishing Justin Herbert is over there at the Chargers doing big things. This is the most competitive, or one of the most competitive divisions by a mile. Predictions on this one, gentlemen?
It's a good division, and it's tough. It's going to be tough. There's no guarantee that the Chiefs have got this in. I mean, the bookies have them at the favorites. I'll just tell you the odds. Bookies got them at 260. Then Chargers at 320. Denver is 360, and Raiders at $7 to win the division. So, take it with a grain of salt. It's all within $1 within those three, and if any of this can help you, the season wins. Denver Broncos is 9.5, Chiefs is 10.5, and the Chargers is 10.
Three teams from one division make the playoffs.
Yes.
Happen?
Has it ever happened before? I don't know.
Not recently, not in the last decade.
It could happen. It potentially could happen. I don't see why not. Fuck. Honestly, this is stacked. I'm going to go through and read a couple of acquisitions by some of these teams. Obviously, the Denver Broncos, Russell Wilson acquired. Melvin Gordon re-signed. Obviously, he's a part of this team. Deshaun Williams re-signed, defensive tackle. Then we go down to Kansas City. So they've picked up Juju Smith-Schuster, signed a 1-year deal with the Chiefs. They picked up Marquez Valdez-Scantling as well. He signed a 3-year, $30 million deal. That's a great pickup there. Frank Clark signed a new 2-year deal, so he re-signs. Then we go over to the Raiders. They picked up arguably the best wide receiver in the competition in Devontae Adams, acquiring him from the Green Bay Packers. This is ridiculous. Like, I'm talking about stacked.
Yeah.
Out of control. The Chargers get anyone here?
Every team over 500.
Crazy.
I reckon. Every team will be over 500.
So, Los Angeles Chargers picked up Khalil Mack, acquired him in a trade. So there's a lot of great players in this division. Let's go with you, Saucy, first. 1 through to 4. No pressure.
Yeah, this is tough. This is tough because Broncos look good in this division. Yeah, I'm gonna go something a bit different. But this is what I mean. Like, it's so tough. I really think it's funny because I think each team could potentially have 10 wins. If they split their games against each other, and then take care of obviously some of the other games, and they all beat Raiders say they beat Raiders 2 times, and Raiders maybe can pinch one game in the division against those teams. They could all potentially have 10 wins. So it is tough to say, but I'm going to go the Chiefs, followed by the Broncos, Chargers, Raiders.
Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers, Raiders. Okay. Matty.
I agree on some things, except I'm going with my boy Russ, and the Broncos going to be number 1. Split by a game to the Chiefs. I'm going to throw something out there. I'm going to go Raiders 3rd.
Oh.
And I'm going to go Chargers last.
Well, funnily enough, we have the exact same order, Matty. I've gone the exact same thing. I have massive belief. You're muted, Sauce. Saucy, you're muted. I have massive belief in Justin Herbert, but that's the extent of the belief for the Chargers. Yeah. It's Justin Herbert. So as competitive as this is now, this division, I don't think he can carry this team on his back anymore. Like that's it. He was able to do it for the first couple of seasons. Sauce is cooked. There he goes. You're back, Sauce.
No, I'm back. I'm here. I'm just listening to what you're saying.
No, I tried to unmute you there, and it wouldn't let me unmute you. Anyway, so that's my thoughts on that one. It's going to be stacked. This is going to be awesome to watch. We'll go through week 1 at the end of this podcast as well, and we can have a look and make predictions for week 1. But let's head over to the NFC East, where we've got the Eagles.
All that, yes. I was going to say, do not sleep on the Raiders. Do not sleep on them, because they will win a lot of home games. They have a crazy fan base, and a lot of them have moved over to Vegas and followed the team. And now they've got the key positions. They've got great tight end, great wide receiver, great linebackers. Watch out. They might sneak a few wins.
There you go. Big. I like these predictions.
Well,
it's good.
He's saying that the Raiders are going to sneak wins. I think they're going to struggle in that division, but we'll see.
Time will tell. All right. NFC East, Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders, Giants. If you're not sure who the Commanders are, that's Washington, ladies and gents. They're not the Washington football team anymore. It's just Commanders now. So, yeah. Thoughts on this one? Obviously, Carson Wentz is back into this division now with the Commanders, not with the former QB of the Eagles. The same questions as per usual. New York teams stink. Washington could be anything. The Cowboys, are they just going to be overhyped once again in the 2022-23 season? And the Eagles, I don't know. Jalen Hurts is up and coming. He's the QB that everyone's loving to watch at the moment. Is he as good as what people actually say he is?
On him in the hobby.
Yeah, they're so high on him. Is he as good?
His cards go for quite a bit.
Can he live up to the hype? So, go for it.
The bookies have got the Eagles as the favourites at $2.25, Doma. So I'll let you know that off the bat in that division. Cowboys are a close second at $2.40, and then it stretches out to $6 for the Commanders and $8 for the Giants. Matty, what are your thoughts?
Just gone from the best division to the worst. So in saying that, I reckon this division is known for having shit defense. And I think the Eagles won on a good defense. And if they could get back to that, and Hurts is doing his thing, he's got a crazy work ethic. So if he teams up with AJ Brown, I would be picking. Well, my pick is going to be Eagles, but it is a gamble.
The whole division is a gamble.
Yeah,
probably just stay away from it. I'm going Cowboys, Eagles, Commanders, Giants.
I'll second that. Okay, I'm exact same as you, Doma. I'm going with Eagles. Cowboys, Eagles, Commanders, Giants.
I'm going Eagles, Commanders, Dallas, Giants.
Ooh.
I mean, Dallas is playing their second best running back at first string, so
there you go. Fair enough. I like it. Eden, welcome.
He's getting on. He's all about the show, not about the go. So Dak, I think Dak's a bit overrated. I don't think he's the same since his injury.
That's fair.
I just think they slip.
There you go. Very nice. NFC North. Interesting one. Again, we've got the Packers, the Vikings, the Lions, and the Bears. Chicago Bears, they've got the rookie in, I've gone blank, Justin Fields. Justin Fields is their QB there. Trevor Siemian is their backup QB. Obviously used to be at the Pats. Legend. And they've also got Nathan Peterman there, who's the king of the pick six. He's the pick six king, Nathan
He's
Peterman.
another Brian Hoyer. What a travelman.
Yeah. So that's the Bears. The Lions are going to obviously try and pick up from where they left off last year with their first-year head coach over there. They struggled. They're trying to get people to buy into this new culture. It seemed to be working towards the end of last season. They started to string together a more, complete game, I guess, for themselves, and consistent game. Nothing too special, but they are what they are. The team to beat in this division are Green Bay and the Vikings. So Aaron Rodgers loses his best wide receiver in Devontae Adams. We know that. Alan Lazard received a second-round restricted free agent tender. Sammy Watkins signed a one-year deal. He picked up someone else. That's one of his mates. I'm not sure, but I don't know. Aaron Rodgers had an interesting offseason. And then, of course, one of the favorites of this show is the Vikings, because of this great man here. You like that? Kirk Cousins. I think I know where Saucy might trend with this division, but thoughts, gentlemen, on the NFC North, the Packers, the Vikings, the Lions, and the Bears?
Packers, they got it in the bag. Bookie's got them $1.57 to win that division. I don't think it should be anything other than that. You still got the A-Rod there. And, even though they did get rid of some weapons, I think, with that, the talent that he is, I think he'll do enough in that division, especially the other teams that are in there. They don't look too dangerous. Even though we have a love for Kirky Cousins on this show, he's an okay quarterback. He's not a great quarterback. He's serviceable. He is prone to mistakes. He doesn't really do too well in pressure situations as well. So I think that's going to all come to the fall. And I think the Packers could, I'm pretty sure they do find it tough on the road at Minnesota. They don't really have a good record there, so that will probably be the game. If they do lose a game in their division, that will probably be the game. I think all the other games in the division, though, they should, win comfortably. So I would go definitely Packers, Vikings. I'm not even going to go and the Lions and the Bears. That could be either way. It doesn't really matter, but both of those teams are going to struggle.
Nice, Matty.
I'm twisting it up a bit because I can't stand Green Bay. Being a Seahawks fan, can't stand them. What fan puts a block of cheese on their head? I don't get it. I can't stand it. Don't get it. Bloody cheese.
His best mates with the sports card investor as well.
Yeah. And whatever. So I'm going Vikings to take it out. I just reckon Justin Jefferson's going to be a top 3 wide receiver. You got Delvin Cook's top 3 running back. I think if they chime, they're on. Great defense. Like I say, it's very hard to win in Minnesota. It's very hard. So I just think they take a step up from last year. Packers will be right there at second. I think there'll only be a game difference in that. And then for me, Lions, then Chicago.
I have the same as you, Matty. I'm backing in Minnesota and Kirk Cousins on this show. Next up, the NFC South. We've got the Buccaneers. Well, this one's just all over the shop. This is the headline division, I think, at the moment. We've got the retiree coming out of retirement, Tom Brady at the Buccaneers. We've got the Saints, who are a bit of a lost identity at the moment, trying to find themselves. Their coach is obviously called it quits. He's done, isn't he? He's gone. I'm pretty sure he left in the off season. The Panthers have got Sam Darnold versus Baker Mayfield, and then the Falcons have got the outed Marcus Mariota as their QB heading into this season. No more Matty Ice over there in Atlanta. So, gentlemen, we'll start with you, Matty. NFC South, the Bucks, the Saints, the Panthers, and the Falcons.
I mean, the one thing for sure with this is Tampa wins it. That's the only guarantee with this division. I don't know with Saints. I've got no idea. They could make a wild card position or they could slump. Like, I don't know. You got Jameis Winston, who was at Tampa and threw 30-something touchdowns and 30-something picks. So who knows what you're going to get with him? He has these crazy ideas of workouts. Supposedly they make a difference, and he's who knows? That guy's that team and that guy's clueless. I don't know what's going on there, what they're doing. Maybe they're just down at Bourbon Street the whole time. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? That's a fair point.
It's a big old party down there in New Orleans.
Yeah, but
season wins at 8.5 on the bookies over under. So what do you reckon? You reckon over or under 8.5?
Under.
Under.
I reckon 7 or 8. 7 or 8 is going to be it for them. Between the last three teams, they're going to win one and lose one to each other. And then they'll probably, like they say, any top team they're going to lose to, they might scrape through on the middle teams and get a lot of home wins. That's about it. So I'm cheering for the Falcons this year. I really think Kyle Pitts with Mariota's good thing. Last time Mariota was at Titans, their tight end was a top-tier tight end. He was an all-star. He was everything. He was first team. So I think Pitts and Mariota will link up well. Falcons have picked up a good rookie in London at wide receiver. I think he'll be a good one to watch over the next 2-3 years. So for me, I'm going Tampa, then I'm going Panthers, then Falcons or Saints. I don't know. Those last two, I don't know.
Saucy, who have you got in this one? Because Matty, mine, once again, is the same as yours. So
yeah, the Buccaneers are going to be, a shoe-in for this division, no doubt about it. And then from there, I think the Panthers can surprise a few people. I think Baker Mayfield's going to be so happy that he's out of, his situation in Cleveland. Obviously, they clearly didn't want him. If Christian McCaffrey, I think a lot of that team, is based off whether that guy can have a sustained length of period without injury. If that can happen, they'll be able to surprise some teams because he's an absolute weapon on the offensive side of the ball. And, you're seeing what a difference it was having him in the team and when he wasn't last season, in terms of the wins that you can go research it yourself, but I'm pretty sure they didn't do very good when he didn't play. But Bucks win the division, and then, Saints, Panthers, I'm not really sure. Bookies have got the Saints at $4, Panthers at $12. I think, Saints might be a bit unstable. Obviously, Doma mentioned the coach moving on. Winston, you don't really know what you're going to get. He's always promised the world, has, an arm as strong as anyone's ever seen. But, are you going to get the accuracy to match that arm power? You don't know. I'm going to go Panthers second and, Saints and Falcons. I don't even know what you're going to get with the Falcons. They might struggle to win 3 games.
Potentially. Bucks, apparently the marriage is on the rocks, apparently, for Tom in Tampa Bay. Yeah, Giselle's not happy that he's gone back. That's the word on the street that's been pushed out. I'm surprised Schefter wasn't the one to report that, to be honest. He did report the retirement and he didn't retire. So very interesting. NFC West, the last division. And it is Matty's division with his boys, the Seahawks. So we've got the Rams, the current champs and defending champs, the 49ers, the Seahawks, and the Cardinals. Thoughts on this one?
It's going to be a long year for the Seahawks, Matty.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, not. Yeah, I mean, I honestly think Rams just go back to back in this division. I don't really see Rams having that much trouble in this division. Like it used to be a tussle, no matter how good you were in the season. Every game against a division rival was hard, but I mean, Rams are just so stacked, so stacked. You got 49ers. They're going to be trialing Trey Lance. I'm unsure about him. I haven't seen a lot of hype about him. No real players building him up. You got Tyreek Hill going into Dolphins saying that Tua's a better thrower than Mahomes, and then I'd expect the same or similar from George Kittle or Deebo Samuel brought a lot of issues trying to get a crazy deal, looking to get traded. I don't really know 49ers. All I know is they've got a really good defense. So for me, I'm not even going to worry about Seattle. I just want to see them win a few, get close to 500, see how this team goes, whether they look to tank potentially to get a good quarterback in the drafts or, trade their draft picks for a good quarterback. They had an opportunity to get Garoppolo and they didn't take it. So, for me, Rams,
That's interesting if you ask me, because he would be a pretty serviceable quarterback. Your defense is still half decent.
Yeah. Well, that was what my thought was. If they get Garoppolo, even if they get Baker Mayfield, they've got a good game manager with really good wide receivers that can burn the clock down small yards. They didn't go that way. So maybe they think they've got something good there, but I'm not seeing it. But so for the division, yeah. And then I'll probably go probably Cardinals. They've got everyone's got a strong defense in the division. And then 49ers, then Seahawks.
Nice. Matty, Matt's card shop has just asked you thoughts on your boys picking Geno Smith over Drew Lock as QB1.
Pretty much my thought is Drew Lock got COVID before the second game, preseason game, and he couldn't play. So they put Geno in. So they haven't seen enough of Drew Lock yet. As soon as Geno has 2 shit games in a row, Lock's coming in.
Bang.
So they'll both play.
Yeah. It's only because he got COVID, I reckon, and he couldn't play and he couldn't train.
Fair enough. Makes sense. Saucy, your thoughts on this division?
Rams for me. I'm going to go with the bookies that they've got them at 220. I'm going to go I don't know. Arizona came out of the blocks last season, and then they faded late. A lot of, I don't know how that locker room's feeling. Obviously, Kyler Murray got that massive deal. Is he worthy of that deal? He's going to have to prove
also,
that.
Hopkins is out for 11 weeks. He's suspended for 11 weeks.
From the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says first 6 games. So did they count the preseason games?
Oh, really? Okay.
Hopkins.
Maybe 6. I thought it was 11. Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's 5 preseason games. Is that correct?
I don't think so. I think there's 4. They don't play this. I thought there was 4.
Oh, CBS just reported that he's suspended for the first 6 games.
Okay, well maybe 6 then. All right, but even still, like,
yeah. So he's without one of his threats. I don't know if I believe in Kyler Murray that much. I mean, obviously, to me, he looks like that. If he is going to mold his game on someone, he should be watching so much footage of Russell Wilson, because that's the sort of stature he is. He should be molding his game on that. He does go wayward at times, but I think they can bounce back and come second in that division. They'd have to obviously enhance on what they did, and if they can start off good again and carry that form, they could potentially become second in that division. And then 49ers, Seahawks.
Just a quick one before we move on to conference champs and Super Bowl predictions. CBS has got their prediction here for this division. And they've gone Rams 11-6, 49ers 10-7, Seahawks 6-11, Cardinals 6-11, Cardinals bottoming out in the division. So that means they're going to lose majority of their games to the teams in their division, and Seahawks will finish in front because they'll win the head-to-head.
They did lose a defensive lineman in Chandler Jones.
Mhm.
Now, he was a sack king. He had a year slump last year, and he's gone to the Raiders. I'm pretty sure he's now at the Raiders. He was a beast, but he was always overshadowed by Aaron Donald in the division. And if no one knows, he's the brother of John Jones.
Chandler Jones. Wow.
Yeah,
well, he's at the
John
Raiders.
Jones.
Correct. You're on the money. He is at the Raiders.
The Raiders look good, and he is a beast.
They got Max Crosby as well, the Raiders.
Yeah, Max Crosby's another good one.
Jesus. Stacked. Absolutely stacked. Any headlines you want to talk about? Any thoughts on the season before we get into those last ones? I've got one for us in a second, but the both of you, do you have anything that sticks out?
The Ryan Tannehill losing his quarterback position for sure.
Perfect. I've actually noted that. I'm going to put that in the description for the post that I put out.
Yeah,
Matty,
I reckon that's a good one. I reckon a secret combo with Mariota and Pitts. Just with Mariota's experience in the past at Titans, he was with Delaney Walker. Delaney Walker was a beast when he was playing with him for, I think it was 2 seasons. They were just on fire together. I think if you can get that chemistry with Pitts being one of the most athletic people in the competition, that would be you'll find Pitts probably over 1,000 yards and probably like 10 plus touchdowns this year.
Wow. Jesus.
Mariota's not much of a known for a thrower, but I just think Delaney Walker was crazy. Came out of nowhere with him. Their just chemistry was good. And then Delaney Walker, I think, got traded, or Mariota got traded, and it just wasn't the same. So I just think if he can continue that at Falcons, he's got a better tight end with him. Really the future of that team. Yeah, I think that's a good one to watch.
Nice. Saucy? Any thoughts? Pondering on anything? Here's a quick one for you. Shieldsy says, thoughts on Mahomes' investments?
You may have missed the boat, buddy. The car prices are pretty. If you can afford it, yeah. Why not? It's very good.
If you can buy it 50,000 and sell it 80,000, then there you go.
That's a fair point. Or it could go lower. You never know. Depending on what happens in that division, could tank. Let's get to the conference champions. Gentlemen, the AFC, who are you selecting?
Ravens.
Saucy?
I am going to go in the AFC. AFC Championships game is going to be, I think, the Chiefs and the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing outtoward. I think it's, I like the Ravens well. I think, Lamar's got something to prove. But I think these teams have had more stability over the previous years and have shown form. So that they need to take that extra step. But who knows? I was way off last year, so I could be completely wrong. Man, I also like my boys sneakily, the Colts, because, don't forget, Matty Ice has been to a Super Bowl, knows what it takes to get his team there. He's been to the last dance, right? Yes. And I was going to put the Colts in there. I was going to say the Colts and the Chiefs. I was not even going to put the Bills in there. So that was a last second thing. So I really do like the Colts this season. I'm high on my team coming into the season.
Well, look out for in defense for him, Darius Leonard. I don't think he's had a healthy season yet till this season. He's a linebacker beast, and he's been playing 3/4 of a season or 2/3 of a season, and he's been still in the top 10 for tackles.
Pretty large.
Darius
That
Leonard,
is large.
he's probably my dark horse for Defensive Player of the Year if he can have a full season.
Big. Nice.
Yeah.
We'll keep a
Tough
watch
to have
out
a
for
full season
him.
in the
Darius
NFL,
Leonard,
mate. Injuries
ladies
all
and
the
gentlemen.
time.
In defense,
So
it's hard.
Saucy, who are you selecting? Bills or Chiefs? Or Colts?
I'm going. Oh no, well, I'm going Bills and Chiefs, and I'm going Chiefs.
Yeah.
To win
Who's
the-
winning
win
the
the
AFC? So the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah,
Chiefs.
okay. Fucking hell, you give me 3 teams 4 times, and you said they're going to verse each other. I don't care who plays each other. I just want to know who's winning it. I'm going with the Broncos. I'm backing Matty's boy from Seattle, Russell Wilson. New system, new head coach. He's gone from a defensive-minded head coach to an offensive-minded head coach, and hopefully that unlocks his full potential. He just gets to let it fly. Just let it fly, Russ. Show him why you're better than top. What was it in that poll? Like 65th best player in the NFL or some shit, voted by
I think it
his
was even
peers.
70.
Or 70,
it's
whatever it was. It was
rubbish.
the most disgraceful thing I've ever seen. It's just
How
a
can you
joke.
ever
He's
put
got
a
a chip on his
defensive
shoulder,
player higher
surely.
than him? How can you put one defensive player higher than him? Maybe Aaron Donald? That's it.
Yeah. Matt's card job says Darius Leonard wants people to call him by his middle name, Shaquille. So it's Shaquille Leonard. There you go. And over to the NFC. Gentlemen. Matty?
I'm going Rams to take it. Rams
Dang.
to play. Rams to beat Tampa. I
Very
reckon.
nice.
Yeah.
I'm
Rams
trying
go
to.
back to Super Bowl again.
I'm going Rams also. Saucy.
I think Rams and Tampa Bay are going to meet in the championship game, and then I'm going to go Tampa. I'm going to go Tom Brady. He's going to go back there. He's going to win number 8.
Whoa. So that's your prediction? You're going Tampa Bay to win the whole thing? Sauce?
No, I'm not going Tampa Bay to win the whole
Walk off into the sunset?
Right.
It'd
TB?
be a great fairy tale. It'd be a great fairy tale, and then you can just say to Giselle, "Well, it was all worth it, Giselle. It was all worth it."
And then he will be retired and he's come out and be like, I'm going back. So, Saucy, your matchup in the Super Bowl are the Chiefs versus the Bucks.
That's this matchup that I want to see.
Yeah, and who's winning? Mahomes, the baby goat versus the actual goat.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I think I said them last season, so I'm going to back them again in this season. Hopefully, they can go a bit further. I like the Chiefs, and the bookies have got them at $11 to win the Super Bowl. I think that's tremendous odds for a team
Gamble
that
responsibly.
Gamble responsibly. That has every chance of winning 12 plus games easily. They only got
Who substitutes Tyreek Hill's position though? Who do you reckon fills that hole?
Don't worry. Those wide receivers, they grow on trees, mate. They'll go find another one out in the wild, mate. They're easy to come by. It's an easy position to fill. It's not that,
but it's
we've seen, Steelers, you pay Antonio Brown the money. He's so worth it. They pissed him off. They found someone else to do the job. Don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. Your number one position is your quarterback. You still got the main man, Mahomes, who will get the job done. He's got something to prove. What they put him. How many quarterbacks did they put ahead of him? He didn't like. He was not happy about it. He sent a tweet about it. All right,
he was stinky last year, though. He was stinky.
Tyreek Hill had a lot of meters after the catch, and he burned a lot of people after the catch. The old peace sign. I don't know if they have the guy to do that. I don't think Juju's going to do anything. I think Juju's going to be Sam Watkins there.
I reckon Juju's going to be doing TikToks, dancing on team logos in the middle of the pitch.
Hanging out with Mahomes' brother.
Yeah, with Jackson Lamont.
Yeah.
Hey, so there you go. Chief Saucy's got $11. Matt, who have you got to win it all? You have the Rams versus the Ravens. Stafford versus Jackson.
I want the Ravens to win it all, but I am picking the Rams to go back to back.
And Saucy, the odds on the Rams are what going into this season?
$12, and the Ravens are $21. So if you like
$12,
Matt, if you like Matty's roughie there in the Ravens, maybe a sneaky something on them to make the Super Bowl, where their odds could be around half the 21. There you go.
Now, my matchup is the Rams versus the Broncos, and I'm just going to back him all the way. There's no half-ass shit done on this show, and Russell Wilson's going to win the
that would be unbelievable.
The Super Bowl. The odds on the Broncos, Saucy, are what?
17-1. Gamble responsibly, ladies and gentlemen.
Bang. Now, interesting one. We've had a prediction thrown in. Obviously, Matt's card shop couldn't be on the pod tonight, but he's thrown in his Super Bowl prediction. As we said at the top of the show, he predicted the champ last year in the Rams. He is gone. So we'll see a bit left this time around. Matty left. Real left. It caught all three of us off guard. And he's going to back in Trey Lance and the 49ers to win the Super Bowl. And the odds on those boys are what, Sauce?
$17, so the same as your boys, the Broncos. Interesting choice by Matty, and I am not going to sit here and say
no.
He's going to be wrong, because I did that last year and I had a bit of a chuckle, and he proved me wrong, and I ended up with egg on my face, and let's just say could have well and truly copped one of these big Le Mans, but Thomas, we'll take it. 49ers, Matty Card Shop, he said it. Let's effing go 49ers. Trey Bay, and I'm guessing, Matty, that means you may have sneakily purchased a Trey Lance card. Who knows? On the lead up.
I reckon he's definitely going in on Trey Lance,
or maybe not. Maybe not now, but a bit back when the prices were a little bit more. I think there's a bit of hype now. Obviously, the season only being a few days away, so. Yeah.
Let's quickly get up week one.
Let's see who's right. Let's bring up week one. We'll give our predictions and we'll wrap this up, Doma, and we're getting right to that hour mark. So it's
I want to really schedule. I got two things to. Well, one thing after this. So it starts off with Buffalo versus the Rams to open the season opener. So it's a massive one. That's on Friday. That will be a 10:20 a.m. over here on NBC. The rest are all me gambling with the times here. Then we got Baltimore versus the Jets, Cleveland Panthers. So Baker versus the Browns in week one. We got Indy versus Houston, Jacksonville, Washington, New England versus Miami, New Orleans, Atlanta, Philly, Detroit, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, San Francisco, Chicago, Green Bay, Minnesota, Kansas City versus Arizona, Vegas versus Chargers, Giants, Tennessee, Tampa, Dallas, and Russell Wilson versus the Seahawks in week one on Tuesday night football. Well, Monday night football over in the States, Tuesday over here in Australia. Luke,
for sure.
Welcome. Trevor Lawrence predictions. I think we all said he was going to do a lot better. We can quickly go back to that one. Where is it, Jags? Matty and Saucy put the Jags second last in that division. And I took a punt on him. I reckon that they will be second behind the Colts. So
they're not going to beat the Colts in that division. I think, in my opinion, I think we need to see how he goes this season and the next season to make a true assessment on whether Trevor Lawrence is going to live up to the hype that has been put on him.
The defense needs to get him the ball, though. If he doesn't get enough ball, you're not going to ever see the true Lawrence. Like, their defense isn't good enough to get him the ball to run that game. That's what my issue is. He is all that. He's great, but he doesn't get enough chances.
Fair. Good point. Now, lucky last one, gentlemen. Heading into the season, is there anyone that you have been collecting NFL-wise that you've looked at and you picked up a couple of their cards? Just a player. A couple names, if so.
I picked up a nice Lamar just recently, a nice RPA.
Beautiful.
His prices are criminal
Yeah,
compared to some of the
so
new
low.
guys popping out of the new product. Yeah. Look, I can't say. Look, I don't really. I've spoken about this on our podcast at length, Doma, and in sense that I've refined the way that I collect, and NFL isn't really something that I like to buy cards off. I prefer to go down UFC and basketball and other things. So I haven't really ventured much down. I did have a Lamar Jackson rookie card PSA 10. I did sell that, so that was what I did have. But maybe one day, if Lamar's prices keep dropping, then I think he might be the guy who I'm going to probably get because I like the way he plays. But nonetheless, no, I can't say that I have been buying any NFL cards.
I haven't in recent times, but my last couple of purchases were Jonathan Taylor and Michael Pittman Jr. They were the guys that I bought. I bought Mosaic and Prism. Got a nice red, white, blue Michael Pittman Jr. And I got a green Michael Pittman Jr. from Mosaic. So pretty happy with those ones.
JT was my guy last year. Definitely last year I picked up two or three cards of his. Did well from that. But yeah, I think this year for me, Lamar is the go.
Very nice. All right, gentlemen, thank you so much. Matty, thank you for jumping on. I don't know if this is your first ever podcast, but you've done a ripping job. And thanks for jumping on and giving us your time, mate. Appreciate it.
Make sure you give a follow, ladies and gentlemen. Give your Instagram handle a plug, Matty.
Oh, yep. Come see my stuff at MC_cardboard collects. Yeah, just throwing up what I've got. Throw up a few ideas in the hobby as well as the sports content, whether it's AFL, NFL, basketball. So yeah, NFL's my go. So
there's a link to that in the description, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't catch that. So, you can go there and also find that. And make sure you give him a follow. A long-time listener and supporter of the show. Absolutely ripping bloke, Matty. And it was good to have you on, mate.
And without further ado, on behalf of myself, the great man Sauce, and the legend himself, Matty Cams, keep living, loving, and breathing sport. It's double coverage. And peace.
Peace. Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking all sports. Double curve.